In a small village in ancient Japan, there lived a young man named Taro. Taro was a hard-working farmer who tended his crops with great care. But he often felt dissatisfied with his life. He yearned for something more, something that would give his life greater meaning. One day, Taro decided to seek out the wisdom of the local Zen master, who was known for his profound teaching on the nature of reality and the path of enlightenment. He set out on foot and walked for many miles until he finally arrived at the temple where the master resided. Taro approached the master and asked him how he could achieve enlightenment. The master replied, "Enlightenment cannot be attained through effort alone. It requires a shift in one's perception of reality. Do you understand?" Taro nodded. But he didn't really understand. The master smiled and said, "Come with me, I will show you." The master led Taro to a nearby pond and asked him to look at his reflection in the water. "What do you see?" the master asked. "I see myself," Taro replied. The master then asked him to throw a stone into the water. When the ripples had settled, the master asked again, "What do you see?" "I see my reflection distorted by the ripples," Taro said. The master then said, "Your mind is like the surface of the water. When it is calm and still, you can see things clearly. But when it is disturbed, your perception becomes distorted. To achieve enlightenment, you must learn to calm your mind and see things as they truly are." Taro realized that he had been so caught up in his own desires and frustrations that he had been unable to see the world clearly. He thanked the master for his teachings and returned home determined to apply what he had learned. Over the following weeks and months, Taro practiced meditation and mindfulness, learning to calm his mind and see things with greater clarity. He found that the more he let go of his attachment to his desires and fears, the more peaceful and contented he became. One day, while he was tending his fields, Taro had a profound realization. He saw that everything in the world was interconnected, that his own happiness and well-being were intimately connected to the well-being of others and the natural world around him. He felt a deep sense of compassion and connection with all beings. And he knew that this was the key to true happiness and enlightenment. From that day forward, Taro lived his life with a renewed sense of purpose and meaning. He worked hard to cultivate his crops and care for his family and community. But he did so with a spirit of selflessness and compassion. He knew that the path of enlightenment was not a solitary one, but one that required him to help others and work for greater good. And so, Taro lived a long and fulfilling life, sharing his wisdom and compassion with all who crossed his path. You see in life, by letting go of your attachments to desires and with the natural world around you, calm your mind and see the world with greater clarity by living a life of selflessness and working for the greater good. By reflecting and letting go, we can find meaning and purpose and inspire others to seek the path of enlightenment as well. This is the power of motivational stories. Thank you for watching.